Okay, what we have here is Carrier's 5-ton Infinity Series, green speed, all that, 26 seer. It is a 24 VNA 660. That's their 26 seer 5-ton. I just want to take it apart, see where it's basically made. Okay, basically Korea, Vietnam, Mexico, China. I think this is China, Vietnam. And then here's the little motor they'll charge you about $600 for. Made in China. And start with the compressor. You can see that, made in China. This is made in China. And where is it at? Oh, there it is, China. All these parts are made in China. That one's hard to get to down there though. That little thing down there, you have to settle for a picture. Here, maybe I can zoom in. There it is. That's it. Reason why I'm making this video is because we used to sell Carrier. Carrier was always like number 2 out of all the brands. I think Train is number 1, which is also American Standard, kind of like the same thing. And Carrier was always like number 2. But in the last several years, maybe 7 years, 8 years or so, we've noticed that they've gone downhill. And nowadays, they're at the bottom. Goodman used to be at the bottom. Goodman is up there tied with number 2, along with a bunch of other brands. They all got pretty much most brands have the same compressor, which is the heart of the unit, Copeland scroll compressor. So most brands are number 2 behind Train and American Standard. But Carrier, they're the worst. The absolute worst. We had more problems with Carrier up until we stopped selling Carrier. And now they got a new thing, which makes me extremely mad at Carrier. They make the contractor pay full price for the parts that need to be warrantied out. So if you want to warranty a compressor, you're gonna pay, you know, a couple $1,000s. The contractor is gonna pay a couple $1,000s, and then about a month later, they'll get the money added back to their Carrier account, not even to their bank account, to their Carrier account. So it's a ripoff. And here's what's worse: the condenser coil. That's the coil around here. They're making us pay $5,300 to warranty out a condenser coil. On a unit we paid about $1,500 for only about 2 years ago. So they're making us pay $5,300, and I got a copy of the email, and I'm going to put it on this video. We had to call and confirm twice to make sure that was right, and it is. They said that's just the way Carrier does it now, making us pay 3 times more than we paid for the unit just for the coil, and it's under warranty. It's just their crap sucks. It's all Chinese, half Chinese. The important parts are Chinese. The parts that the motors and the compressors all Chinese. Some of the electronics are Chinese. The rest are Mexico, Vietnam, and Korea. Nothing of this unit is made in America. Even the copper, I'm sure, the copper tubing and all that's from China as well. They just assembled this somewhere in America or Mexico. I'm pretty sure they even assemble all the newer ones in Mexico. This particular one might have been assembled in America, but I think they're all assembled in Mexico now. It's just, Carrier has gone straight downhill. I would highly recommend staying away from Carrier. I know people say it's all about the install. Well, it's all about parts too. A bunch of Chinese parts fail. This unit was brand new, maybe a week old when that happened. One of the Chinese parts, I forgot which Chinese part, but one of these Chinese parts shorted out, and shorted out right there. So the story behind this unit is they were going to make us pay, I think, $6,000 for another unit, even though this one was just like a day or two or a week old, whatever it was. I don't remember. It's been like 2 or 3 years ago. But they were going to make us pay like $6,000. We had to raise hell. And they ended up just giving us another unit instead. Also, the reason why they just gave us another unit partly was because that part that shorted out was on back order. So originally they told us, look, customer needs to wait like 2 weeks in the middle of the summer with no air conditioner because the part's on back order. Then they told us, hey, you can get a new unit, but you got to pay, $6,000 for this new unit. Even though theirs was brand new, they're gonna charge us $6,000 for a new unit. After raising a lot of hell, and I was we were buying a substantial amount of Carrier, so this probably had something to do with it at the time. They ended up giving us a new unit to put on these customers' house. They weren't happy. So what? Their unit went from being like a few days old to brand new again. They still doubted Carrier after that. And that was pretty much where we started noticing Carrier has gone downhill. And today we don't buy any Carrier, not anything from Carrier, unless we absolutely have to buy a part, because their service is horrible, their products are horrible. Everything's horrible about Carrier. There's nothing good about Carrier anymore. Now they make you pay full price. And again, do not buy Carrier. This is a Chinese / Mexico / Vietnam / a couple. These 2 parts I think were made in Korea. And actually I think it was these 2 parts failed. This was the ones that were on back order. It actually told the customer in the middle of August, hey, you're gonna wait 2 weeks for the part to come in. Yeah, they just paid a lot of money for this system. It's a piece of junk. Stay away from Carrier. I highly recommend it. Go with Train. Even Goodman is better than Carrier now. Remember, we do have a lot of Goodman here too. It's mostly Train, but we sell mostly Train, but we still got a lot of Goodman. And there's some Goodman units right over there. Anyway, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Stay away from Carrier unless you're ready for a bunch of headaches.